It is upper body day today. We do have 5 groups of exercises. It is also AMRAP edition as well. If you're unfamiliar with AMRAP, it is try to get as many rounds as possible through the groups of exercises as you can within the time period. It is 3 minutes and 50 seconds with each one of the AMRAPs on all 5 of them. Each one of them have a certain amount of reps that you will complete before moving on to the next exercise. You go through that list as many times as you can. Like I did say, 5 AMRAPs, and in between each one of those, you will get a 20-second breather in between. And of course, after we finish all 5 of those AMRAPs, we'll get a little breather as well as I explain our finisher, which is our first day of Fitmas. So hopefully we're excited for that one. But let's go ahead and get it ready for our exercises. Our first AMRAP starts up with that squat to deadlift. It is 12 total with these ones. So you're going to start up, or you can have your weights either right up on your chest for that squat, and then you go into the deadlift with that deadlift form with it. The squat will count as 1, and the deadlift will make the count to 2. You're going to make the count all the way to 12. So you're going to, in a way, you're going to do 6 total squats and 6 total deadlifts. Just make sure you're doing one after the other. After you finish those squats to deadlifts, you can go into those 40 total toe taps on each side. So this one, you can use your bag, use a platform or imaginary one. Just make sure you're moving your feet nice and quick. Just make the count on 1 foot to 40. That'll help you get that count all the way to 40 on each side without having to go all the way up to 80. And then our next exercise will be our sprinters, just like Teresa's doing right there. You're going to get that opposite elbow to meet that opposite knee up at the top. Make sure you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. You're not rounding those shoulders. It is 10 total with these ones, so 5 on each side of that. Of course, after that, you go right back into those squats and deadlifts and go through those exercises. And then our second AMRAP, we'll start up with our 12 thrusters. So like I said, 12 total of these ones. You're gonna go to maybe about an eighth of a squat, push those hips back. You're just using that movement to help propel you and get that thruster up at the top. It'll actually help you with that momentum as you get those thrusters. You can also use your back foot as a kickstand to get those shoulder presses as well. Just get those 12 total presses. After that, you're gonna go into your 12 total lateral step outs on each side of this one. So this one, you don't want to go too quick with this one. You want to focus on the movement. Remember, the stationary leg is going to be the leg that you want to bend as far back. You pretend like you're going to go into a pistol squat. You want to generate some nice power with the leg. You don't want to go fast and turn into a jig. It is 12 on each side with this, so it'll be 24 total with that count. Next up will be either a 12 regular rows or 12 piston rows on each side. First up, regular rows. You can use your bag or your weights. If you're holding that bag, you can hold it just like you're doing those weights. Make sure your upper body's parallel towards the ground. Lead with those elbows. Make sure you're squeezing your back and those elbows go past your back. Otherwise, if you're going to do those piston rows, if you have those dumbbells, you can do the piston rows. This one, you're going to go a 12 on each side with this one. Just making sure your elbows go past your back. You're controlling that motion. And then our third AMRAP will start up with our upright rows. It is 12 total with these ones. You can use your weighted bag, dumbbells, or if you do have a kettlebell at home, you can do that as well. Just make sure you're leading with those elbows. Those elbows are nice and high. They should be higher than your wrists, and your hands should not be go anywhere higher than your shoulders. If you do have those dumbbells, it's the same thing, just like what you're doing with your weighted bag. Lead with those elbows, keep them nice and high, just like Teresa has right there on that. And then our next exercise will be your hurdle drill. This one at home, if you don't have a penalty box or an object to hop over, just use an imaginary one. Over here in the gym, you're going to be using your penalty boxes. Return to a triangle. You can do those 30 total hurdle drills, so 15 on each side. Do a couple jog steps and hurdle over, drive that knee nice and high. Remember, you want to focus more on your time doing the hurdles than doing those jog steps. And after you finish those, you're going to go into those 10 total plank jacks. So this one in a high plank or in a low plank, just get that jack motion with those feet at the bottom. Otherwise, you can also do the toe taps instead. That one, it'll be 10 of that. And then our fourth AMRAP will start off with that reverse lunge bicep curl. It is 12 total. So you're going to do 12 total bicep curls, but you will be doing 6 reverse lunges with each leg with this one. Just making sure you're going through that motion. Make sure the back knee gets as close to the ground as possible. And of course, it is upper body day, so you can just focus on those bicep curls. Next up will be those 12 total body extensions. So this one, reach towards those toes, extend up at the top. You can get the hop at the top or go to your tippy toes. On that, just get 12 total of those. And then next up will be that 12 overhead tricep extensions. Make sure those arms are nice and straight right beside your ears, aligned with your head. You should not be able to see your arms or your elbows with this one. Try to keep those elbows pointed forward, fully extend out with those triceps at the top. Otherwise, you can do skull crushers instead. You'll just be on your back on the mat. You're using your weighted bag or your dumbbells. If you do use your dumbbells, just make sure those dumbbells go to the side of your ear, squeezing those triceps up at the top. Our final AMRAP, we'll start up with our front to lateral raise. For everybody at home, if you do have your weighted bag, if you can go through those front raises, you can use the front raises with that. But if you're doing to do those lateral raises on this one, if you do have, if you're able to go quick with those ones, you can go one arm and then right to the next arm with those ones. Otherwise, just focus on one side each time. So 12 total on the front raises, and then next time through do 12 total on the lateral raises instead. If you do have dumbbells, you will do front raise to the lateral raise. Front raise counts as 1, lateral raise will count as 2. You'll make the count all the way up to 12. Next up will be your fast feet, 40 total of these. So go nice and quick. Remember, front, back counts as 1. So 4 steps will make that count to 1. Make the count all the way to 40. It does take a little bit more time, but go through that motion as fast as you can. And then our final exercise will be those big scissors, 10 total of these. Keep those legs nice and straight. Flex those ankles, toes pointed up. Try to make those sure those heels do not touch the ground. 5 on each leg for those. Real quick, before we get into our exercises, I want to congratulate David on being 1,000 sessions strong. Awesome job. We'll get our picture at the end of this session. But everybody, let's get ready for this upper body day. Starting up with those squats to deadlifts. Remember, 12 total of these. First AMRAP Friday upper body day starts in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Remember, the squat counts as 1. The deadlift will make the count to 2. And you're making that count all the way to 12. Just keep it under control, whether you're using your weights, weighted bag, dumbbells. After you finish those 12 total of those squats to deadlifts, you will get into those 40 total toe taps on each side. Everybody go nice and quick with those fast feet. Keep it up, everybody. Remember, on those fast feet, those toe taps, you want to go nice and quick with it. You're going to just aim for getting 40 on one leg, and it'll go all the way to that count without having to make the count all the way to 80. Once you finish those 40 total toe taps on each side, you go into those sprinters. Remember, on those sprinters, it will be 10 total of these, so 5 on each side with those sprinters. And then after you finish those sprinters, you're going to go right back to the top to those squats to deadlifts. If you do lose your spot, you can always just follow Teresa, start off where she's at, and start and go from there. But if I see like everybody's still on the board, I can't see you, so you're probably into those sprinters. Remember, after those sprinters, squats to deadlifts is next. Keep it under control, everybody. Make sure you're not trying to move too fast. You want to control your reps. Move at your own pace. You can move quick, but make sure you don't break your form. You want to make sure every rep is important. After you finish those squats to deadlifts, you're going to go back into those 40 toe taps on each side. Awesome job, everybody. We are going to crush this upper body day on a Friday. Lead it to the weekend the best way we can. Teresa's already into those sprinters. How many rounds can you get within these 3.5 minutes? Ready about halfway through this first AMRAP. Keep it up, everyone. Oh, we see Debbie in those toe taps. Keep it up, everybody. Stay strong. Keep going. Keep pushing yourself. Like I did say earlier, if you do lose your spot, just follow Teresa, and you'll get right back into it as you get those reps. Remember, after those sprinters, you go right back to the top to those 12 squat to deadlifts. Squat counts as 1. The deadlift will make the count to 2. You're making 6 of each of those. Perfect form, everybody. We're going to crush this upper body day. I believe it. As long as you keep that focus, strong mindset, believe in yourself, already down to less than a minute left of this AMRAP. Keep working, keep fighting. Loving your effort today. We came in here to work hard, work on our goals, get to that next level, get those results. We got sprinters going on. We have deadlifts to the squats to the deadlifts. We have toe taps. Everybody's moving at their own pace, and that is perfectly fine. As long as you get your reps and you go as hard as you can, make sure every rep matters. That's the most important thing, everyone. Less than 20 seconds. Almost there. Start finishing up your exercises. Finish up your reps. If you're almost done with the list, try to go through as much as you can. Work all the way through the final second. Less than 10 seconds. Almost there. We're down to 3, 2, 1. Awesome. You get 20-second breather. Go and grab some water. Catch one slow, deep breath. Make sure you're ready for this second AMRAP. It does start off with our 12 thrusters. So it's just a quarter squat, and you're going to thrust up at the top of that shoulder press at the top. We'll get this ready, going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Remember, just an eighth of a squat. You're just pushing your hips back enough to propel that thruster at the top. You're doing 12 total of these. Once you finish those 12 total thrusters, you're going to go into those 12 lateral step outs on each side, just like Teresa's showing you right there. Remember, you're focusing on that stationary leg. You're going to bend that knee and try to pretend like you're going to do a pistol squat. You don't want to move too quick with it, but you want to get the most out of that stationary leg. After you finish those 12 lateral step outs on each side, you're going to go either to those 12 regular rows or 12 piston rows. Make sure your upper body's parallel towards the ground, just like Teresa, leading with that back. Squeeze those muscles. How we do it at home? Perfect rows. There we go. We got piston rows. We got regular rows. Once you finish those regular piston rows, you're going back to the top to those 12 thrusters. Perfect. Remember, you can also do regular shoulder presses if the thruster movement is too much for you. You can also use that back foot as a kickstand to get those reps. As long as you get those shoulder presses, 12 total, that's the most important thing. And also make sure your form is perfect. After those thrusters, you're going back into those lateral step outs. Remember, focus on the motion when you're doing those step outs, like Teresa is. You don't want to move quick with it. You want to make sure you're going nice and far deep into that bending motion with that knee. Keep it up. After those step outs, you're going to go into those regular rows or piston rows. Perfect form. Get those elbows past your back. Already more than halfway through the second AMRAP. These exercises go by quick. Time goes by fast when you're having fun with these exercises and your reps. Upper body is the best day of the week, and we're going to dominate it today. Teresa's ready in those thrusters. We have rows going on. Make sure on your rows you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. You're not rounding those shoulders. And then after your thrusters, you will go into those lateral step outs, 12 on each side. After those lateral step outs, you will go into those rows. And of course, after those rows, you go back to the top to those thrusters. Keep it up, everybody. Keep it up, everyone. We have less than 40 seconds remaining with this AMRAP. Keep it going. Try to go through those exercises as many times as you can, but also focus on your muscles. Focus on your breathing when you're doing those rows and on your thrusters. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. On the rows, inhale on the way down. Exhale as you bring those elbows up past your back. We're almost done with the second AMRAP. We're down to our final 10 seconds, everybody. We have 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Go and catch a breather. Grab some water if you need to. Get ready for this third AMRAP, starting up with our upright row. It is 12 total. Make sure you're leading with those elbows nice and high. 12 reps with these ones. We'll get this started in about 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We're lead with those elbows. Feel it in those shoulders. Make sure if you're using those kettlebells here at the gym or at home, make sure that kettlebell does not go above your chin. After you finish those upright rows, you're gonna go into that hurdle drill. It is 30 total with those hurdles, so 15 on each side. If at home, if you have an object, you can hurdle over, you can use that, or you can also just use an imaginary object. Here at the gym, you're using that penalty box. Make sure you do not touch that penalty box. You're driving that knee nice and high, well over that surface. Oh, there we go. Oh, love it. We're going quick with those hurdle drills at home. Awesome job. After you finish those hurdle drills, you're going to go into those plank jacks, either in a low plank or a high plank. It is 10 total with those. Either you can also do the toe taps with those planks. And after you finish those plank jacks, you're going back to the top to those upright rows. Just make sure you're leading with those elbows nice and high on those upright rows, just like Teresa's doing perfectly right there. Showing you how to get through those motions. If you're using one dumbbell, you can also put your hands on the inside of that dumbbell. Perfect. After you finish those upright rows, you're going back to that hurdle drill, 30 total, 15 on each side. After those plank jacks, you go back to those upright rows. And after that hurdle drill, you're going to go into those plank jacks. We are doing amazing today. Already more than halfway through this third AMRAP. Time is just moving by quick. So make the most out of what you have. Utilize all the time you have remaining. Push yourself to get those reps. Find your limits and break past those limits. Loving these hurdle drills. Keep it up with those plank jacks. And if you're keeping up with Teresa, you can get into those upright rows. At home, if you do lose your spot, just start where Teresa's at and go from there. She's in those upright rows, leading with those elbows. Perfect hurdle drills, everybody. Loving it. We have some nice, quick plank jacks going. We're down to 1 more minute of this third AMRAP. Keep it up. How many more times can you get through these 3 exercises? Perfect. Upright rows at home are moving in unison. Awesome job. The effort today is amazing. We are going to crush this Friday's workouts. Whether you're doing it later today, you're doing it right now, or maybe if you even do this on a Saturday, always give it your best effort. Always give it everything you got. Put your heart out on the floor with each one of these exercises. We're down to less than 20 seconds left with this one. Finish up those exercises because we're at 10 seconds now. Get those last reps. We have 3, 2, 1. Way to go, everybody. We're going to go into our 4th AMRAP now. Make sure you still grab some water. Take a nice, slow, deep breath. You got about 10 more seconds. Next up is that reverse lunge with the bicep curl. Remember, it is 12 bicep curls with that reverse lunge. You can also stick to upper body and get those 12 bicep curls. Get ready in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And we get that full range of motion, full extension at the bottom. Squeeze those muscles at the top. And of course, focus on your breathing. Inhale on the way down. Exhale as you bring those weights up. After you finish those reverse lunges with the bicep curls of 12 total, you're going to go into those total body extensions, 12 total of these as well. For this 4th AMRAP, the magic number will be 12 of each of these exercises. Whether keeping up with Teresa or moving at your own pace, keep working hard. After those total body extensions, you're going to go into that overhead tricep extension or skull crushers. On those overhead tricep extensions, make sure you cannot see those arms in your peripheral. Get those arms nice and straight. You should not be able to see your elbows when you're doing those tricep extensions. Keep it up. After those tricep extensions or skull crunches, you can go right back into that reverse lunge with a bicep curl. Keep it up. Stay strong. Stay focused. Perfect. Flex those triceps at the top. After you finish those tricep extensions, remember you're going back to those bicep curls. You can put a reverse lunge with it. Remember, it is upper body day, so focus on those curls. And then after those bicep curls, you go into those total body extensions. Just keep fighting for those reps. If you have them available, use some heavy weights. You can do drop sets with these exercises as well. It is AMRAP day, but you can still do your drop sets. Like Teresa's already in those total body extensions. Like I've said earlier, if you do lose your spot, just start off where Teresa's at and move on from there. Get those reps, get through those AMRAP exercises. Loving these total body extensions. Perfect bicep curls. At home, I see you crushing it. Keep pushing yourself. Challenge your limits. Lift those heavy weights. Get those reps. Don't forget to focus on your breathing. We're getting closer and closer to that finish line with every rep, every second that you take. Just make sure you do not waste any time. Utilize the time that you have. Don't ever stop. Don't ever quit on yourself. Remember, our Fit Body Focus message of the week is if you want a different result, make a different choice. If you're just going through the motions, just going through those reps and not getting those results, maybe start engaging those muscles a little bit more. Maybe push yourself to get that little extra rep. Work through every single second the best way you can. Guess what? Already down to less than 40 seconds left of this fourth AMRAP. Time just flies by when you're doing these upper body exercises because they're so fun. Just keep it up, everybody. Stay strong. You are a warrior. If you're starting to feel tired, starting to feel that fatigue, think about your goals. Think about the reason why you do these workouts. You do these to better yourself, to get stronger and get those results. Have that energy to do things around the house or at work. Keep it up. We have less than 10 seconds. We're down to 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody. One last breather before our final AMRAP. Take a nice deep breath. Grab some water. We have about 10 more seconds. Get yourself ready. Front to lateral raises. Remember, if you do have your bags, you can either stick to the front raises or lateral raises, or if you can move quick enough, you can. Get ready. We're gonna get started in 2, 1. Let's go. Everybody here at the gym, you're going front to lateral. Your front raise counts as 1. Your lateral raise will count as 2. You're going to make that count all the way to 12. Teresa show you what you're going to do with the bags. You can stick to the front raises for that first round. Get those 12 reps. After you finish those front to lateral raises, you can go into those 40 total fast feet. Remember, 4 steps count as 1. You're going to make the count to 40. Either front to back, or you can also do lateral fast feet as well. Just make sure that 4 steps count as 1, and you're gonna make the count to 40. You don't want to you don't want to underdo those reps. You don't want to just make it to 20. You want to go all the way to 40. If you want to go through quick, move those feet fast as you possibly can. Once you finish those 40 total fast feet, you will go into those big scissors. And on those big scissors, make sure you're flexing those ankles, toes pointed up, legs nice and straight. Make sure that heel does not touch the ground. That'll help you engage the core a little bit more. Once you finish those big scissors, 5 on each side, then you go back to those front to lateral raises at home. If you did front raises first, you can go to the lateral raises next. Do 12 total of those ones on each side. If you do have those dumbbells, you can use your dumbbells for those ones. 12. You're gonna go front raise and then a lateral raise. Make the count to 12, so 6 on each. Keep it up, everybody. We are strong. We're gonna get through this final AMRAP the best way we can. We're gonna make this final AMRAP the best AMRAP of the day. We're already more than halfway through this one. Keep crushing it. Remember, as long as you believe in yourself, there is nothing that you cannot achieve. You'll get through these workouts. You'll get your reps. You'll build that lean muscle. You'll have more energy. And you'll have more confidence as well as you get stronger. Keep it up. I see those fast feet going on at home. Keep moving those feet. Remember, 4 steps counts as 1. After those fast feet, you will go into 2 of those big scissors. Keep those legs nice and straight. Of course, after those big scissors, you will go into those front to lateral raises. Teresa showing you how you're gonna go. You can go either do 6 on one arm and then 6 on the other, or you can just keep alternating between the 2. Perfect form with these big scissors. Loving these front and lateral raises. Less than 45 seconds left in this AMRAP. That finish line is creeping up, everyone. What are you going to do for the remainder of the time you have left? Are you going to push yourself? Are you going to challenge your limits? Or are you just going to go through the motions? It's all up to you. You can make that choice to work hard, and you can make that choice to get those results. Almost there, everybody. Guess what? We have about 10 more seconds. Finish up those reps. Get those exercises completed. Work all the way through the final second. We're down to 3, 2, 1. Awesome job, everybody. And just like that, we are going to go into our first day of fitness. And I'll go ahead and sing horribly for you guys. So on the first day of fitness, my coaches gave to me a 1-minute plank to beat. All right, everybody, let's get into our planks. A low plank on your elbows and the toes. You're going to hold it for a full minute. I know you can, so I shouldn't be seeing anybody dropping your plank. Let's get this first day of fitness started. 1-minute plank going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hold that plank, everybody. Stay focused. Find that zen. Squeeze that core tight. It's only a minute. I know you can do this. We can all hold our planks for a minute. Just whatever you're doing, don't let yourself drop it. Keep that form tight. Don't pike up those hips. Don't drop those hips. Don't think about the time. I'll let you guys know when we're getting closer and closer. Because guess what? We're already halfway through this one. That's how close we are to the finish line. At home, I see you better not drop that plank. Keep it up. We have about 10 more seconds. Almost there. Keep holding on. Don't let go. We have 3, 2, 1. Awesome job, everybody. Way to hold that plank. Let's get into our stretches now. We're going to start up with our side child's pose. Teresa's already in there. You're going to push back with those hips towards your heels. You're going to walk your hands to one side. Feel that stretch out. Push that opposite shoulder towards the ground. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. And then once you're ready, you can go ahead and walk your hands to the other side. Feel that stretch out. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. For everybody at home doing the workout tomorrow morning or during the day, you will need for equipment is your weighted backward dumbbells, an elevated surface if needed. We're going to our next stretch is that overhead arm pull rotation. You grab your arm above your head, grab your wrist. You're going to go and rotate around above your body. Feel that stretch in that upper body, in those shoulders, in that back. Take a nice deep breath. And then once you're ready, you can go ahead and Grab the other wrist. Feel that stretch out. Take a nice deep breath. Our word of the day, maybe it's more of like a phrase. I'll go and give it to you. It is yippee ki I will not say the rest of that phrase because it is a family show. But if you do know the rest of it, you can tell your coaches if you want. But if you know the movie, you know what the phrase is. Either way, it's yippee ki Otherwise, we're all cowboys. Awesome job. Awesome job, everybody. We give you guys all air fives, air elbows, air knuckles. Way to go on this Friday. Hopefully, you had an awesome first day of fitness. Hopefully, I didn't ruin your ears too much with that song. And then we got to take our picture. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah.